We are continuing to cover that breaking news of the Thunderbird crash in Colorado Springs. New images coming in right now. This is live out at the scene. You can see the Thunderbird there in the field. We have a news conference with the Thunderbirds happening right now as well. Let's get you out there just south of the airport in Colorado Springs.
About the incident and answering your questions and answers.
Could you spell his first last name?
Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Hammond, Christopher Hammond. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'll read a quick statement, and this has already been released by our higher headquarters, but I'll reiterate and then open up to any questions you might have. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbird F-16 aircraft crashed here shortly after conducting a flyover in support of the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation commencement ceremony, June 2nd, 2016. The crash occurred approximately 5 nautical miles south of Peterson Air Force Base at approximately 1 p.m. local mountain time. The pilot ejected safely and is with medical personnel undergoing evaluation as a precaution. The Air Force will perform a thorough investigation into the causes of the mishap, and those findings will be released when the investigation is complete. I'll open up to any further questions.
What is the name of the pilot?
We have already released the name of the pilot. The pilot's name is Major Alex Turner. He is our Thunderbird number 6 pilot, and he is the opposing solo for our demonstration team.
How's he doing?
He is currently being evaluated further, some imaging and labs at a local hospital, but all indications seem to be that he is doing well, is aware, and no concerns right now.
What do you think to his experience?
All of the pilots on the United States Air Force Thunderbirds are extremely experienced before they're even able to apply. He has upwards of 1,500 hours in the F-16, which is the aircraft that we fly on this team, and his experience on the team is this is his first show season. He's already conducted or been a part of 22 shows this year, and he joined the team back in October 2015.
Is there any indication of what caused the crash right now? What can you talk about the crash?
I don't have information as to what may have caused the crash. Further results will come out of a accident investigation board, which is standard protocol for the United States Air Force in investigating any accidents.
Sir, can you confirm that the plane glided to where it crashed? I mean, it didn't go straight in, overturn, but it seemed to be gliding before it actually hit the ground.
The flight condition of the aircraft when the pilot abandoned it was he was preparing for landing. As we're just a couple miles from Peterson Air Force Base, which is our base of intended landing, he had already put his gear down, and that's when the incident occurred. And so as far as gliding, it just flew a normal flight profile without under control of the pilot.
What did he report to you from his transmissions and stuff was happening in the plane when he decided to eject?
That's a great question. A lot of that will come out of the accident investigation board that will convene here shortly. Is standing up right now as we speak. The indications that we received there, radio-wise, was that he did have an issue with the aircraft and that he was getting out of the aircraft, and then also he was maneuvering his aircraft away from a local residence.
Can you tell us more about your initial inspection of the plane, what kind of condition it's in, and the hazmat concern?
Yes, this is my first time as I just pulled up to see the aircraft in its current condition. There was no, looks like there was no indications of fire after impact. And as far as hazmat is concerned, the aircraft has been cordoned off appropriately by local first responders, and they're taking the necessary precautions to make sure that no one is in any cause of harm or concern.
Just to confirm, the pilot did make a conscious effort to put the plane where it is.
He made a conscious effort to direct his aircraft away from some of the local neighborhoods that are here in the area.
Could you talk about his interaction with the president before the president took off? What was said?
I was not present, so I don't know what was said. All I know is that the president, our commander-in-chief, met with Major Turner after he had been taken over to Peterson Air Force Base while he was sitting in the ambulance.
How long do you expect the aircraft to be here?
That's a great question. It will pretty much be dependent upon how long the safety board needs to investigate at its current location.
Has the seat been retrieved, or is it still somewhere? Are you still looking for it, or have you found that as well?
The seat should be in pretty close proximity to where the pilot landed, which was here in pretty close proximity here.
You've identified it, location?
I have not personally.
What kind of maneuvers did the Major perform during the show, and was there any indication while it was happening, or was these problems realized as he was approaching the land?
No, the demonstration, we were part of the Air Force Academy's graduation commencement today, and everything went as planned. Nothing significant to report in terms of the flyby we did and the show we did. We returned to Peterson, as that's when the incident happened.
You said he was T6. What does the T6 do?
Okay.
And does he do a particular maneuver when he's in Thunderbird number 6?
So that is his designation. We all have numbers, as you see on my chest. Number 1, Thunderbird 6 is his position. It is the opposing solo.
Is there any impact to traffic, to air traffic in and out of Springs right now?
That's unknown to me.
Will you have any kind of safety stand down as a result of this, or will you meet your next performance on schedule?
Standard protocol is to stand down for a specified period of time. I don't know what that period of time will be right now. Our next show site is supposed to be Kirtland Air Force Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and our attendance or participation in that event is undetermined right now.
I understand the plane is rather intact after the crash. How do you explain that?
I can't explain it other than it depends on the flight profile at impact. It was slow speed. It was close to the ground, and so I don't know. It looks like it impacted the ground, skidded a little bit, but it is. You can expect it is a total aircraft.
When's the last crash you guys had?
Last craft we had was in 2003 at Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho.
Any history of problems with this particular aircraft that you know about?
No, sir.
How long do you expect the investigation to take?
That can take upwards of 1 to 3 months, and we will have further results and words as to what caused the accident upon the conclusion of that investigation.
The NTSB, what national investigation is happening now?
There will be affiliation with, well, first of all, the investigation board and the safety board will both be run by the United States Air Force. They will have interaction with NTSB, FAA, or whatever is the standard protocol.
Do you know how much these planes are worth?
I don't have it in today's dollars, but usually we quote somewhere around $36 million.
Any idea how old the aircraft is?
The aircraft is either a 91 or a 92 model, as is all of our aircraft.
So that's about the same for all of them?
Yes, all of our aircraft are 91 or 92 models.
Did you say if you're going to retrieve it or leave it during the investigation?
That will be dependent upon what the safety board needs the aircraft there for.
Just to clarify, it is the Air Force that investigates it. Of course, the Thunderbird specifically. Do you have your own investigation team?
No, we do not do an internal board. That would be not appropriate. It is outside agencies amongst the Air Force that do the investigation anytime we have an incident similar to this.
Can you talk about any communication with the pilot after he arrived at Peterson, and maybe how fortunate he feels to have survived this?
Well, after he ejected from the aircraft, we did confirm, one of our aircraft that we kept airborne confirmed that he was okay on the ground in terms of being able to walk around on his own accord. And he also met with some bystanders.
Send me out here to go to that.
And then as far as when he arrived at Pearson Air Force Base, I did see him in person. He seemed that he had all of his cognitive abilities with him, and I have no cause of concern right now.
Is it true that the Secret Service helicopter was one of the first to respond?
It was actually a United States Army helicopter who was supporting the Secret Service and the President's attendance at today's event at the Air Force Academy. And they were able to release him to support us, and the United States Army were the individuals in the aircraft that picked up our pilot.
Will the pilot be able to speak to the news media after a while?
Not today.
How extensive is the training to prepare for incidents like these, even though they rarely occur?
The training we go through as pilots in the Air Force is extensive in terms of preparing us for what our mission is, but also to deal with any kind of contingency operations, which in the case of today, we treat it as an emergency. He dealt with it accordingly and abandoned the aircraft, and that was the correct action with the conditions he had.
When there have been other crashes in the past, have the pilots usually walked away, or how unusual is it to have a pilot walk away like this?
Ma'am, I won't generalize all of the aircraft incidents that have happened in Air Force by answering that question.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Anything else? All right, thank you very much. And for those of you who are local media, thank you for supporting Peterson Air Force Base, NORAD, and the United States Air Force Academy. Thank you very much.